Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So are foreigners leaving in droves to go to the Philippines? Well, here's an interesting fact. Before the pandemic, the numbers of foreigners moving to the Philippines had actually gone down quite a lot since 2010 census. So that kind of piqued my interest. And then when you look at the pandemic, when the pandemic came along, the numbers had gone down, but since the pandemic, the numbers have started to go back up again. And you think, well, why is that? And I'm going to give you some reasons why I think that's the case. Starting with the price of the cost of living in your home country. Now, whether that's America or if you're in the UK, Europe, wherever, the energy prices have really affected these areas. Now, nowhere's worse than the UK, I don't think. The price of fuel and energy, gas, it's gone through the roof. My youngest daughter was telling me recently that her energy bill for 1 month was £500. That's half your pension. I mean, incredible. So that's one reason. If you go to somewhere like the Philippines, you're not paying that. Your energy bills are a lot lower by a huge amount. And the other thing is, these days, global travel is so much easier. You can fly just about anywhere in a lot less time than it was before. So, that's another factor. You're not moving to another planet. You would only be in the Philippines. And you might think it's far away. Well, it is, but you can get there a lot easier than before. And you can find cheap flights. Well, sometimes. I know the price of flights have gone up since the energy prices have gone up, but when you look at it, relatively speaking, you can travel anywhere these days. And if you've got an online business, why would you sit in a country where you're paying huge bills when you can have a nice climate in the Philippines, you can have cheaper cost of living, you can have luxury for a fraction of the price that you may be paying in your home country. So that's something to think about. If anybody can make money online these days, if you want to make extra money or if you want to make a living online, you can do it through a passive income. There's many different ways to do this. And I've done it. I have an online business that I've had for about the last 8 years. It's not making a huge amount of money, but it makes money. You've got to start off small. Getting back to moving to the Philippines. Now, if you have an online business and you're not, let's say you're not working for a company in the Philippines, but you have your own online business, and maybe you're a bit older and you're thinking about retirement, you can retire at the Philippines. You can get a retirement visa. So really there's no excuses. If you have the finance behind you, I would say go for it. Yeah, there may be things holding you back, maybe family, for example. But like I said, you're not moving to another planet, and they can come and visit. Nice holiday for them, you can visit them. Just because you're from a country, you don't have to live in that country. When you look at housing prices, I'll take the UK for example, it's extortionate. My two daughters who have only recently bought property, I know they struggle on a month-to-month basis. And then you've got the price of food and everything that, it all adds up. You can go to the Philippines and you can live a lot cheaper than maybe your own country. So, that's something to think about. And then you've got the climate. You know, the climate in the Philippines. Yeah, it's tropical, so you do get a lot of rain, but the temperatures are nice. You know, and you've got beautiful beaches, beautiful resorts, and all across the Philippines. So anywhere that has a coast, anywhere that has a beach, you will find beach resorts, and they're not expensive to live in. So, and also travel within the Philippines is cheap as well. You know, you've got these low-cost airlines like Cebu Pacific. Yeah, they're not brilliant. You do get delays, but they're affordable. So you can go to the Philippines and you can explore. Obviously, if you're looking for a companion, you'll have no problem finding one. So there's a lot to think about if you are struggling on a daily basis, be it in the US or the UK. The US has actually got an agreement with the Philippines where you can get a retirement visa very easily. As long as you've got money to support yourself, you know, think about it. The other thing is you've got good communication in the Philippines now. You can get high-speed internet and it won't break the bank. So that's good when it comes to communicating with your family. You know, if you want to keep in touch with your family, you can do video calls these days. You know, with the tech, there's really it's really easy to keep in touch. And like I say, they can visit you in the Philippines. There's a lot of things to think about, but especially when it comes to the area that you live in the Philippines. I've touched on this in previous videos, but it depends what you want. You know, if you want to be with expats, you have that option in places like Manila, Angeles, Cebu. But be careful when you know, before you go, or it might be worth taking a holiday there first, checking it out before deciding, because there can be a lot of problems if you live in an area with a lot of expats. I don't want to repeat myself, but it's something to think about. Where I am, in Albay province, there's very few expats. Another reason why foreigners are moving to the Philippines is in the Philippines, English is very well spoken. And the people, you won't find people more friendly than in the Philippines. And one thing I would say is, if you go into the province, any province, well, not any province, but most provinces will have less developed infrastructure. You know, roads, maybe services. But if you can live with that, that's fine. In Manila, it's, you know, very cosmopolitan these days. It's like any big city. You can get anything you want there. But if you go into the province, it's more difficult to find maybe some things that you're looking for. I prefer the province life myself. I just find it more laid back, and I can get most things, or I'd say we can get most things. So just think, you know, what do you want? Of course, if you're a foreigner, it's not just the Philippines. There's other options in Southeast Asia, of course. You've got Thailand, you've got Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Vietnam, all these countries, Cambodia. So one thing I would say is I've lived in some of these countries, and in the Philippines it's more suited to me for different reasons. Obviously my wife is Filipina, and we have a house there now, but it's not just that. I would also think about cost of living, the language. You go to somewhere like maybe Thailand, Indonesia, there could be a language barrier, and it'll be more expensive in places like Singapore, Malaysia. So it is worth considering what your budget is and what you're looking for. Okay guys, thanks for watching again. Cheers and out.